What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Always Compete Seahawks Podcast. I am Sam, that is Mike, and today we'll be breaking down the Quandree Diggs contract situation because we have gotten some beefy updates on what might be going on, and it is not great per se, but there's also some stuff. But there's also some stuff that happened last night that does kind of make it look better. But the news is that Mr. Quandree Diggs is, quote, making a statement by sitting out of training camp to get a contract.
Here we go again.
It's kind of what we all feared. We've had 3 hold-ins this offseason. When Jamal did it, we were like, oh, thank God. Yeah. We've gotten word that the Seahawks and Dwayne Brown are talking on potentially restructuring his deal or something like that to include extra bonus so that he could play and all that. We're like, oh, thank God. And now Quandree Diggs is officially holding in.
Yeah. I actually think this is a good thing. Yeah. I think it's good for a couple of reasons. Well, I think there's a lot of good here, and obviously, you might be the bearer of bad news and knock me down a peg, but I think this is good for a couple of reasons. Number one, Quandree wanting an extension to me means that he wants to stay in Seattle. I don't think Jamal a couple years ago with the Jets didn't want to play for the Jets. He's made it very clear, I do not want to be here. I want to go somewhere else. Quandree doing a hold in, very similar to what Jamal did, means he wants to stay in Seattle for multiple years. And I think what happened with Jamal, great outcome, right? We got Jamal locked down for an additional 4 years. Mm-hmm. With Quandree, I feel like this kind of forces our hand to give him that extension that he deserves, in my opinion. So that's just going to guarantee, it might be ugly for a couple of weeks, but it's going to guarantee that Quandree Diggs is going to be a Seahawk for a number of years. Dwayne Brown, I'm going to put that one to the side for a second. That's a whole nother thing. But I actually think this is good for the Seahawks and for Quandree Diggs. And I know you're probably going to have more to say about this. But Quandree Diggs yesterday was in uniform. So he's not pissed off at the Seahawks. To me, that was a very good sign. He was doing, from what I saw, he was doing pre-game warm-ups. He was running around a little bit. So he might not be practicing right now, but he is definitely going to get an extension, I'm sure, very soon. And I think this is actually a very good thing. It's stressful, but I think it's a good thing, going to be in a couple weeks. That's my take on it.
Yeah, I mean, the good news definitely is that Quandree is not necessarily holding out. He was in uniform last night on the sideline. He did his warm-ups. He stretched. He was talking with the team. I mean, you got to wonder, though, Jamal Adams is his best friend on the team.
Yeah.
Jamal Adams definitely told him to do this. Quandree, I'm sure they were on the phone late one night, and Quandree's like, man, I just want my deal to get done.
Jamal's just counting the racks of the $70 million.
Quandree's just like, man, I want this deal to get done. And then Jamal's like, bro, just hold in. He's like, what's a hold in? It's like, bro, just sit on the sideline and wait for them to give you a contract.
He's like, they're going to say something about the franchise tag. Give them the finger. You'll get your contract. Don't worry.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not concerned about this Quandree Diggs situation. I think it'll get resolved, whether it's a contract or a contract restructure or the whole thing. It's not really anything. I mean, it shouldn't be anything crazy.
Right.
But yeah.
I think the issue is, though, going into the season, and obviously, and we talked about it in the last episode, Marquise Blair played well yesterday. So it's like, okay, even if we don't have Quandree for the first couple of weeks, Marquise Blair could be a fine replacement. The issue becomes where it's like, all right, well, now you have Quandree and Dwayne Brown. And I think in terms of importance, Dwayne Brown is probably the priority here.
He's way more important for the season.
You don't want to disrespect Quandree by giving Dwayne a new deal and not Quandree. You don't want to disrespect Dwayne by giving Quandree a new deal and not Dwayne. So they kind of are right now working on 2 long-term extensions, hopefully long-term for Quandree, hopefully just like a restructure for Dwayne, in my opinion. So it is going to be stressful. My guess is we have 2 weeks until our first game. My guess is Quandree is definitely figured out before then. And I'm sure Dwayne is too, but that's all kind of I have to say on the Quandree situation. Would love to see him extended. And we have a bit more cap this year because of the Jamal deal. It freed up a little bit of cap, did it not?
Yeah, it's not really a deal about cap this year, though. It's a deal about cap for next year and the years going on after that. So
Right.
We need to remember that we're going to have a good amount of guys that we might want to bring back in the offseason. And we also obviously need to sign people.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be necessarily wise to just be like, hey, deal for Quandree, deal for
You
Jamal,
get a deal, and you get a
deal for Dwayne. Oh, Akello wants a deal. Give him a deal. You know,
Yeah.
just like, you know, it's not wise. It's not a wise thing to do. But I would love to get these deals done, whether it's like a restructure or it's a long-term extension. Obviously, it'd be nice to get a long-term extension, but as long as they're playing this year, I think we'd be okay. That's really all I have to say about it. That's really all I have to say. I think
that's all I have to say about it too. How worried are you? Scale of 1 to 10. How worried are you? I'm like 2. I'm really not that worried.
For Dwayne, like a 7.
For Dwayne, I'm like a 6 or a 7.
For Quandree, I'm like a 2 or 3.
Yeah, 2 or 3 for Quandree, because I'm
pretty nervous for Dwayne because I think Dwayne like is not afraid to sit out whatsoever.
I think Dwayne has a number in his head, and he's like, if the Seahawks don't meet this number, I'm not playing. Period. I think Quandree's
that's all speculation, but there's hard evidence that Dwayne Brown will not be happy if he doesn't have a contract, because that's the whole reason why he got traded to us.
Yeah, he literally sat out with the Texans.
He sat out with the Texans up until week 7 when he played us, and then the next day he got traded to us.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember I was sitting in my business class freshman year when I saw the trade happen. So, man, who knows? I think Quandree will resign. That's kind of all we have to say around Quandree Diggs and his contract situation. This video is probably going to come out on Tuesday. So, of course, he'll sign the contract Monday night, and then this video will just never get posted. But if it does get posted,
he'll sign the co-deal with Dwayne Brown. They'll sign at the same time.
Yeah, and then everything we're saying in this video is like, I don't think they'll sign. It's just we're just dumb as hell. But hopefully they sign after 12 o'clock on Tuesday so that this video still comes out. Thank you guys for watching. Let us know in the comments down below what you think is going to happen with Dwayne Brown, with Quandree Diggs. You know, maybe Jamal Adams will help negotiate his deal. Who knows? But let us know what you guys down below. Make sure to like and subscribe. See you guys later.